Dennis Wrigley Ministries, a better way, unity, renewal and healing.
It was a small town in Northern Ireland, and there'd been 4 or 5 days of terrible violence. There'd been much injury and quite a number of deaths. And Maranatha called a community meeting in a local schoolroom. And the object was simply to pray for peace in the community. And about 100 or so of us met in this school hall. And as often happens in Maranatha, we held hands. But more than that, we, with our right hand, placed it on the shoulder of the one to the right of us, and asked that God would make us into brothers and sisters then and there. That God would touch that part of our lives which was hurting then and there. And when we'd done that, something quite remarkable happened. A man knelt in front of the man next to him, got hold of his hands and said, "Will you forgive me in the name of Christ?" And the man said, "Yes, of course." But then he sprang to his knees and turned to the lady on the right of him and said the same, "Will you forgive me in the name of Christ?" And going round that great big circle, everybody, in turn, knelt and asked for forgiveness. It was the most amazing spectacle. The peace of God came on that room. There was a stillness. There was a sense of awe. And then, a woman who was clearly known by everybody as very much an anti-Catholic in the town, she walked across and knelt in front of a Catholic priest and said, "Every time I've seen you in this town, I've hated you. Jesus has told me today that you're my brother." And she got hold of his hands and she asked for his forgiveness. And both the woman and the priest hugged one another as the tears flowed. A moment or so later, there was a Presbyterian minister the other side of the hall, and a Catholic gentleman said, "I've always despised you and your church. I couldn't even walk in front of your church door. I would cross the road. Christ has healed me. I ask you to forgive me for my hatred for you." And that Presbyterian minister, again with tears pouring down, said, "I love you, my brother." And those two became truly brothers. Now, in that meeting, something very basic and very simple happened. Holding hands, to start with, is a declaration, we are one. That is what Christ prayed for his own people, that we be one. Then they took it to the next stage of reaching out to one another, touching one another, and it went round the circle. I believe that vision at that Maranatha meeting on a Saturday afternoon wasn't just for Ireland. It was for all of us. God is yearning for that degree of repentance and that degree of love. And he's ready to give it to us, wherever we may be. God bless you.
Dennis Wrigley Ministries, a better way, unity, renewal and healing. Thank you for watching.